Keep Right with Ralph K. Ginorio. Deadly Scientific Pride. Scientists have recently proclaimed that they have genetically engineered the return of an Ice Age super predator which had been extinct for nearly 13,000 years, the dire wolf. This sort of hubris, reversing evolution as an ego trip, demands nemesis. If our civilization falls, if our species extinguishes itself, it will be because of people like these reckless and prideful scientists. They have taken all the opportunities that contemporary civilization has to offer and have chosen to play God with them. They took the genetic codes of contemporary species and rewrote them as they saw fit. Why, one wonders, not go further? Some geneticists are already planning to revive the woolly mammoth in some vain hope to retard man made climate change. Even without advanced genetics, we prideful humans have bred dogs and cats who can't exercise because their muzzles are so short they can't breathe properly. Some are now purpose breeding cats with such short legs that they can't jump as cats are naturally intended to do. Genetic science could make these forays in bizarro selective breeding seem tame by comparison. Why stop with animals? Why not bestow wings and hollow bones on people so we could fly, or gills and fins and fat so that we could inhabit the ocean? Why not rewrite the menu of what foods we can digest so that we can expand our diet? Why not redesign our very minds, both biologically and cybernetically? We could redesign our basic human nature, giving birth to the elusive new Soviet man, a person capable of living in a communist utopia. The mind boggles at such possibilities. Parents or doctors or the government could one day design babies, determining everything from eye, hair, and skin color to racial traits, physical ability, and even mental acuity. Hell, why not just program a use-by date so that we know how long they're going to live? Wetware implants could be built into cybernetically augmented people to augment the brain's powers, directly linking it to others. Genetic engineering, much like cybernetic virtual intelligence, takes us out of our natural role. We human creatures are intelligent mortals who live in a world that we did not create and which we really cannot control beyond a very limited point. Genetics and cybernetics offer the illusion that we can place ourselves above natural law and beyond the struggle to survive, as if we had transcended our limited mentality and our physical mortality. In their arrogance, these scientists imagine that we human beings can possibly understand where reality itself has gone wrong. They presume to correct evolution's mistakes when we Homo Sapiens ape the creative, omniscient, and omnipotent characteristics of God. We play God without possessing any of the qualifications to do so. Maybe a new dark age is the only antidote to such hubris. I earnestly hope not. But our scientific and technological capabilities have peaked at precisely the moment when our shared moral sensibilities are at their nadir. Our society's fundamental Judeo-Christian assumptions used to define the Western mind. Now, we have few shared guiding assumptions, few definitive cultural values. What precisely is a human life? At what age or stage of development does a human being deserve society's protection? What precisely is a human mind? To retain its status as human, does such a mind need to remain functional while unplugged? What is a woman? What is the innocence of childhood, and how should it be defended? What is a nation, and how should it act to preserve its linguistic and cultural distinctiveness? Should nations have borders? Who is God and who is man? Are there natural laws and inalienable rights that we transgress at our peril? Precisely when we are experiencing the societal identity crisis, we unlock the keys to sculpting life as if it were moist clay on a potter's wheel. Like in any decent Greek tragedy or Old Testament tale, our defining characteristics of insatiable curiosity and untrammeled creativity are also what will most likely bring humanity to our doom. Indeed, genetic science is interesting. It could lead to some conceptual and practical breakthroughs in biology and medicine, but studying disembodied genes in a lab is essentially different from growing entire animals for additional studies. Rebirthing extinct creatures contravenes any humility before an evolutionary process that might have a fundamental integrity. Just as we each are mortal, so it is with every genus and species. We have developed the attitude that any time a species goes extinct, it must be our fault, and we must try to prevent it. This prevents ongoing evolution. The polar bears aren't exactly vanishing. They are cross-breeding with grizzly bears to create a new fusion which will be better able to survive in a changing environment. This is natural, and it is good. This is what happened in the past when ice ages arrived and departed. Maybe the snail darter and the spotted owl have had their day. Were humans to colonize the solar system and then somehow go interstellar, we would change. Homo sapiens sapiens would adapt to other worlds as well as to whatever life in deep space would require. Our minds, and maybe our bodies, would adapt to differing levels of light and darkness, different diurnal cycles, different proportions of oxygen and inert gas, biological threats and opportunities, such as viruses and foodstuffs and beasts native to whatever planet we're inhabiting, differing gravities, and so forth. Under these circumstances, manipulating genomes might, and I say might, be justifiable. Under current circumstances, it is self-evidently wrong to rewrite DNA to produce extinct or never previously existing island of Dr. Moreau organisms. It invites the accidental creation of a supergerm to which we have no resistance. Gain-of-function research provokes similar objections. We are finite beings, both individually and collectively. That is a truth of our existence. To develop designer life forms is objectively wicked. So is growing clones or having babies in order to harvest needed organs. Making purpose-built life without inalienable rights is evil. I hate the Stephen King story Pet Sematary, but the moral of that story is undeniable. Sometimes dead is better. If our older pets did not die, we would never know our newer pets. So it is with human life. So it is really with all life. We arrive in a crowded world, live out our time either well or badly, then pass beyond this mortal coil. That is the way it is, was, and ever should be. Thank you. Have a good day.